Ciao beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a nice and lovely weekend. Before we crack on with today's tutorial, just want to share with you a little buy that I made in Whitby. So we went to Whitby last week. So we went there on Wednesday, stayed over Wednesday night to go back to Sheffield on Thursday afternoon. And I put a picture on my Instagram and I've asked you guys to guess where I was, and all of you guys have guessed well, so really well done. In case you're watching from outside the UK, so for all my American and Australian friends that watch my videos, Whitby is a seaside in England. It's a lovely city. It reminds me where I'm from Italy, except from the fish and chips, because we were struggling to find a place to eat that it wasn't fish and chips, because both me and Jamie are not really good fan of fish and chips, and you get this awful smell sometime of fried fish 8 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, no, it's a beautiful city, really beautiful. Really enjoyed ourselves. We just there for literally for 2 days. It was really interesting. So we went to, me and Jamie like antique, so our house is very, what we call it, oldie worldy. There's a lot of like dark wood furniture, very not vintagey, but very like proper antique old fashioned house. We don't like modern houses. So we went to, every time we go to some places, we check out the antique shops to find some like furnitures or anything really vintagey or second hands. And we went to this antique shop. It's actually on a walkway on the main street, and I found these. Let me just zoom out. It's very heavy. So the lady said that it's the beginning of the she thinks that it's 1910 or 1915. It's brass and it's really heavy. So what it is a writing set. So before they used to put the inks in here, and then she also, part of the set was this pen. Now I don't think I'm going to use this pen because the tip is also rotten as well, but I'm going to see if I can find a really vintagey styled pen, but I absolutely love it. I'm going to leave it on my desk. I don't know why, guys. I literally loved it. How much I paid? I paid £28 from 35. So I managed to negotiate a little price cut. You know, you got to be cheeky sometimes, don't you? So actually, give me that to 28. Really enjoy it. I absolutely love it, guys. I don't know why. I'm probably never gonna put inks inside, but I just love it. I mean, I always say that me and Jamie were born in a wrong era. So I can imagine the person that was using this sat on a beautiful ornate desk, on a gorgeous velvet chair, writing down letters to his lover. Oh, it's just so beautiful to think that somebody used this, and the details of this are absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a proper brass. Like, it's really heavy. So let me get this out of the way. Then, if you've been to Whitby, or to be fair, in any traditional country seaside, you know there are ice cream places in every corner. It's the same in Italy. Like where I'm from, there is a lot of ice cream places. So we went to the works and I came across these. So I bought some papers as well, but I saw this bag, these mini polystyrene balls. There's loads of them. They were for £1. Jamie said they look like ice cream balls, and I was like, really? And I said, I can't see it, because we went to that different ice cream places and they got this really random blue, violet, pink ice creams, because I don't really, you know, to me, I don't know, because I'm Italian, so the proper ice cream, the gelato culture, you see all this beautiful ice cream with like lots of chocolate, almonds, fruits. You don't really see a lot of like artificial colors in ice cream in Italy. In Whitby, there was a lot of this sort of colours. So I said, anyway, so Jamie said to me, oh my God, they look like ice cream balls. And I was like, really? He said to me more like a unicorns thing. So anyway, so we were just walking back to the main street to go back to our hotel. And I said to Jamie, do you know, I think you're right. So I thought to myself, why can I not make some ice cream, paper ice cream, using these bowls? And I came out with this idea. So they are hidden paper clips. So I'm going to put it on a page here, on a piece of cardstock, so you can see what they will look like on a page. So they clip in there. So that's the back and that's the front. So I made this pretty cute ice cream. Keep watching the tutorial, guys, and I will see you very soon. Okay guys, let me show you how to make them. So I've got here this, my Winsor & Newton, they pro makers. I really recommend them. I have them for years. This is in fact, I bought this when we moved from London to Sheffield, so about 5 years. Amazing, they're still up and running. So what I did, just got a piece of yellow cardstock, and then what I did, I just simply color stripes, but leave some gaps because that will make the texture a bit more effective. I mean, I'm using the orange and I'm gonna use the yellow in just a sec. But you can, I mean, we can go darker a bit and I'll show you the difference as well. And the good things about these colors, they blend one another. So let me put some fish. And if you want, we can go okay, and then where is it? I'm going to cut a rectangular piece to go in my embossing folder. Okay, I put it through the Big Shot, and that's the texture that you get. I really like this embossing folder. I think it was gifted to me by the lovely Jane. Jane Ormack. It's a Stampin' Up demo. And what you do, guys, you just simply cut squares. Okay, so I mean, they're quite big, I must admit, so they will probably need to be a bit smaller. There, yeah, I think that's enough. Okay, so you get the square, and what you do, guys, you fold in inwards and you create your cone just like that. I mean, this is really big, in fact I might have to chop it. Yeah, that's better. That's more the size that you want. And then what I do, guys, I get my Mod Podge, and with my brush I just simply put quite a lot of it. Now, because this is a textured cardstock, it takes a bit more long time to dry, so I always recommend to be very generous with this layer of glue. Okay, once it's dry, I'm using the ink, distress ink is called Vintage Photo. I'm going to, I mean, it's still a bit wet, but it's all right. And we're just gonna ink the edges just to create that more like burn cooked, crusty sort of look. Yeah, I think I've been a bit impatient. Yeah, so that's the final result of the actual cone. Then what we're going to do, we're going to put a lot of glue inside the cone, because that will work as coolant agent. So we put all our balls in there in just a second. Okay, so we put a lot of glue, like literally guys, a lot of glue. And then we just put our balls. Now I recommend turn them around so they get really nice glue layer in there, and then just layer the color, so alter the colors. Put maybe a pink one there. Okay, and then cover them again with a lot of glue. You can use glue gun, the hot glue gun if you want, but I do prefer the Mod Podge. I'll probably get one on top actually. It's very fiddly in this. That's probably why if you're a bit not impatient, but if you want like a more quicker result, you can use the hot glue gun. Let me show you how I made the base of the paper clips. So get some scraps or any sort of cardstock that you think will go. So this is my book of scraps, as I call it. Right, so what we do, we need a base piece, as long as, little tip, as long as the base cardstock is really thick, you can use any thinner cardstock. To be fair, those two are pretty much the same weight. So base of the cardstock, any paper clips, you won't see them, so it doesn't matter what color it is. Position in the middle, apologies, I've got glues everywhere. In the middle of that, just like that, and then we glue excuse me, I got really croaky voice, don't know why. Just put glue into the cardstock that we're going to put on top, position in the middle, just like that, and then I press it down. Okay, and we do exactly the same on the back. So glue, just to make sure guys it's fully covered in glue. Just press it down. Okay, and you need to hold it for a few minutes until you know that the two layers are literally glued together. I trim off the edges so it's all uniform-ish. Sorry, I got glue. And now we're going to put the paper doily on top. Now, I want to cut this in half. Where's the top? That's the top. Yeah. So I want something to look like, sorry guys, something to look like that. I don't like that edge, so we're going to trim it. Let's fold it, make sure you actually fold it in half. And remember guys, anything that you do on the front, it's got to look the same on the back, because the paper clip, you can see the back as well. So don't forget that. So this side here will be, give me a page. Right, so bear with. So that's the page of your book. So whatever is on the front, you actually see the back as well, because that's another page. So that's the back of the page. So make sure all the back looks nice as well. So, right, so what we do, we say, yeah, there. So I might chop a tiny bit more off. In fact, I am going to do it. Probably like that much. Now you've got 4 layers, so make sure it's straightish. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on the paper doily. So make sure I'm in shot. And then we do the same on the back. Probably easier if I put it back in there like I did the rest of them. And what you do, gently fold it over make sure it's straightish. Yeah, that's it. And just a little bit of glue in here. Okay, then we get our ice cream and just made it, and we're going to put what I wanted to do as well. Actually, I've got my butterflies here. I might put a little butterfly as well. It's not really bakery thing, but I think it's quite a nice touch. What do you guys think? I'm going to do it then. At least it's something a bit different to show you, but that's to show you guys that you can do anything that you like. You can die cut. In fact, I think I got it somewhere. I got some dies of knives and fork and a little apron, I would like to say as well, so that will look quite nice in there. So you need to be very patient because you need to press it down. As you can see, I put a lot of glue. Okay, so make sure the cone is glued. And again, you can use hot glue, but no, not today. Okay, just put some glue in there. Just gonna clean my brush. I'm gonna stack it there. I'm gonna lift the wings up, and I'm gonna leave it aside to dry properly. How pretty is that? Okay, you can use like gingham, not fabric. You can use fabric as well if you want. Actually, cardstock. You can use anything, guys. Literally anything that you have. And these sort of projects are great because they use all your scraps. So, okay, so I'm gonna let it glue completely. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then when it's all dry, I'll come back with you guys. Really pretty. The glue is still a bit wet, so it will dry soon. So that's one. That's the second biggest size wise. And on here, as you can see, I used the pink cardstock and the white doily. But look how pretty they are. Imagine like in a recipe journal or like a summary journal. I think they will look pretty cool. Or even if you like put on a greetings card just in the corner, I think they will look quite pretty. It's very realistic, I think. So that's the second. That's the third bigger one. And let me just put it through. And then you just press it. So that's that. Love the ice creams. And then that's the one I made earlier, which is I used the black cardstock and my gold wax. Yeah, Gilda, she's here. This is from Pebeo. You saw me using this several times, and I put a little butterfly there. I think this is really pretty, really pretty. You see, you've got two different looks, one with a pastel background and one with a darker background. But it just depends on your taste really, or what you're making as well. Okay, and the last paper clip is the one we made today together, which is ginormous. And then you click in there and that stays on the page. Really pretty. You can see actually 4 little balls in the ice cream balls. Okay, and what I wanted to show you as well, this is the very first one I made this morning. You can still see a lot of glue still drying. It's huge, absolutely huge. So I used a bigger, of course, piece of cone, a piece of paper to make a cone, and I have used, where did I put them? They were here. Oh yeah, you saw me using these. I call them the candies beads because they look like candies to me. And I put three of those inside. Now the problem is, guys, this is very heavy. So if you put this on a journal, when you turn the page, it's really heavy. So I will probably recommend, if you maybe use this as a pocket or on a greeting card or whatever, just trying to put it towards the bottom of the page, because if you put it on top, the page will curl because it's very big. It's very heavy. I really like it. I think it's I mean, in fact, this is, oh god, what am I doing? So it's 7 centimeters, which in inches is 3. So it's quite big. Okay, right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you like this hidden paper clips tutorial. If you did, please guys, just give me a little big thumbs up, because that will support the video doing well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and until next time, stay safe and well.